Let's be honest. You don't lack discipline. You lack dopamine alignment. Your brain isn't wired to hate hard work. It's wired to chase reward. And right now, discipline feels like punishment. Scrolling feels like pleasure. Sleeping in feels like relief. Avoiding the task feels like safety. So your brain chooses the easy win, not because you're weak, because you trained it that way. Here's the truth. Discipline is not a personality trait. It's a reward loop. And if you want to enjoy discipline, you have to rewire the loop.
Step 1. Shrink the threat. Your brain resists what feels overwhelming. Big goals trigger stress. Stress activates avoidance. Avoidance kills consistency. So we do the opposite. We make discipline so small, it feels almost stupid. Not 1 hour of studying, 5 minutes. Not 100 push-ups, 5 push-ups. Not writing a chapter, 1 paragraph. Why? Because small wins release dopamine, and dopamine is the chemical that says, do this again. Most people try to use willpower, but willpower burns out. Dopamine builds momentum. When you complete tiny tasks consistently, your brain starts associating effort with reward instead of pain. And that's when something shifts. You stop forcing discipline. You start craving progress. Right now, your only job is this. Choose one habit. Shrink it to the point it feels too easy, and do it daily. We're not building intensity. We're building identity.
Step 2. Make discipline immediately rewarding. Here's the mistake most people make. They delay the reward. They tell themselves, I'll feel proud later. I'll enjoy the results next month. I'll be happy when I succeed. But your brain doesn't care about later. It cares about now. And if discipline only pays off in the future, your brain will always choose the present. So we hack it. You attach an immediate reward to the habit, not junk dopamine, intentional dopamine. After your 5 minutes of studying, play your favorite song. After your workout, take a cold shower and feel the rush. After finishing your task, mark it off a visible tracker. That check mark, that's a dopamine spike. Progress that you can see trains motivation. This is called reward pairing. And neurologically, you're teaching your brain effort equals pleasure. Over time, something powerful happens. The reward is no longer the music, or the shower, or the check mark. The reward becomes the progress itself. But at the beginning, you must engineer it. Discipline becomes enjoyable when your brain associates it with something positive, not deprivation. So here's your move. Pick your tiny habit. Decide the immediate reward. Lock them together.
Step 3. Become the type of person who doesn't negotiate. This is where everything changes. Most people treat discipline like a daily decision. Should I do it today? Do I feel like it? Maybe later. Every negotiation drains energy. Every debate weakens identity. Strong discipline isn't built on motivation. It's built on self-image. If you see yourself as someone who tries to be consistent, you'll act inconsistently. But if you see yourself as someone who simply doesn't skip, the conversation ends. This is identity rewiring. Instead of saying, I'm trying to wake up early, you say, I'm someone who wakes up early. Instead of, I'm working on being disciplined, you say, I keep promises to myself. Your brain always acts in alignment with identity, so we upgrade the identity first. Here's the practical move. Create one non-negotiable rule. Not 10, 1. I never miss twice. I train every weekday. I write 5 minutes daily no matter what. And when the day comes that you don't feel like it, you don't argue. You execute. Because this isn't about mood. It's about who you are. Repetition builds evidence. Evidence builds belief. Belief builds identity. And identity makes discipline automatic.
Step 4. Remove the hidden rewards of laziness. Here's the part no one talks about. You're not just addicted to comfort. You're addicted to the reward of avoidance. When you procrastinate, you feel relief. When you skip the workout, you feel comfort. When you delay the hard task, you feel temporary peace. And that relief? It's dopamine. Your brain says, good job, you avoided stress. So even when you know discipline is better, your nervous system is being rewarded for not doing it. If you want to enjoy discipline, you have to remove the emotional payoff of an action. How? 2 ways. First, increase the cost of skipping. Make it visible. If you don't do the habit, you mark a red X on your tracker. You tell someone your commitment. You attach a small consequence. Second, sit with the discomfort. When you feel the urge to avoid, pause. Don't distract, just observe it. What you'll notice is this: the urge peaks, then it fades, and when you don't obey it, your brain learns a new pattern. Discomfort is not danger, it's growth. Over time, the reward shifts. Avoidance stops feeling satisfying. Completion starts feeling powerful. And that's when discipline stops being a battle and starts becoming identity.
Step 5. Fall in love with the process, not the outcome. This is the final shift, and it's the one that makes discipline effortless. Most people are outcome addicted. They chase the weight loss, the money, the praise, the result. But outcomes are delayed, uncertain, and outside your control. When you only love the result, discipline feels heavy because you're constantly waiting. Instead, rewire your brain to love the process itself, the feeling of finishing, the quiet focus, the tension of growth, the proof that you showed up. You start measuring wins differently. Not did I win, but did I execute? This is powerful because execution is always available, and every time you execute, you strengthen neural pathways linked to effort satisfaction. Your brain starts associating discipline with identity, pride, and control. That's real dopamine, not the cheap spike, the earned one. And here's what happens next. You stop chasing motivation. You stop fearing discomfort. You stop negotiating with yourself. You show up because that's who you are. Discipline no longer feels like restriction. It feels like power.
So let's recap the rewiring process. Shrink the habit, make it immediately rewarding. Remove the reward of avoidance. Adopt a non-negotiable identity. Fall in love with execution. Do this long enough, and discipline won't feel forced. It will feel natural. And when discipline becomes natural, nothing can compete with you.